I want you to think back to the last time there was a significant leadership change at your firm. Maybe it was a new managing partner. Maybe a merger brought in a new executive committee. Maybe a key practice group chair stepped down or was pushed out, and someone else took the reins. Maybe the firm reorganized its compensation committee, and the names on the committee are different than what they used to be. What did you do with that information? Did you just watch it happen and go back to billing? Or did you actually stop and think about what it meant for you? Most attorneys do the former, and that's a mistake. I'm Andrew Wilcox. I've been placing attorneys since 2003, and I've had this conversation in different forms with different facts more times than I can count. And here's what I know. Leadership changes at law firms are not neutral events. They are moments of real consequence. And the attorneys who understand how to read them protect themselves. The ones who don't often find out too late. Let me explain what I mean. Why leadership changes matter more at law firms than almost anywhere else. Law firms, even large ones, are deeply political organisms. Compensation, origination credit, practice group investment, lateral hiring priorities, all of it flows from relationships and influence within the partnership. When leadership changes, those relationships reset. The power map changes. And if your access to the people who control the levers of firm resources has diminished, you may not feel it immediately, but you will feel it. Here is the most important question you could ask when leadership changes. Does the new power structure know who I am, what I produce, and what they'd lose if I left? Not do they know your name? Do they recognize you in the hallway? Do they understand your practice, your client relationships, your economic contribution to the firm, and your potential upside? If the answer is no, or honestly, if you're not sure, that is not a comfortable position to be in when resources get allocated, when compensation decisions get made, when staffing requests come up for your matters. So how do you actually assess the impact on your future? First, look at who specifically moved and what their relationship to your practice has been. If the managing partner who championed your practice group, who understood your book, who advocated for your compensation, if that person is now gone or has moved into a reduced role, you have a gap. Who fills that gap? Is there someone in the new structure who has any relationship with you, any understanding of your practice? Or are you, in effect, starting from scratch with people who don't know you? Second, look at what the change signals about firm priorities. Leadership transitions are rarely just personnel changes. They represent strategic shifts. A new managing partner often brings a new vision, new practice areas to invest in, new geographies, new client targets. Is your practice among them, or does the new direction run orthogonal to what you've spent years building? Third, and this is the one attorneys often skip, look at who else is nervous. Your peers in the partnership see the same changes you do. If multiple senior attorneys in your practice group are quietly concerned, that concern is itself a signal. Institutional stability is a collective thing. When enough people start reassessing, the firm changes in ways that are hard to reverse. What you should actually do then. Step one, do not react emotionally or immediately. Leadership changes generate anxiety, and anxiety produces bad decisions. Give yourself a beat to observe before you draw conclusions. Step two, gather real intelligence. Have real conversations. not gossipy corridor conversations, but genuine conversations with people whose judgment you trust about what the change means structurally. What are the new leaders saying about the firm's direction? What are the early decisions they're making? Next step, get yourself visible. If there's a new managing partner or new executive leadership who doesn't know you well, that is a problem you can actually solve. Request meetings. Be proactive about communicating the value of your practice. Make sure the people who now control your future know your name and know your numbers. In step 4, if after all that, you determine that the new structure has genuinely diminished your trajectory, that the advocates are now gone, that the priorities have shifted, that your practice is no longer central to what the firm is building, then that is legitimate, important information, and you deserve to act on it. But here's the harder truth. Some leadership changes are fine. The new chair is someone who gets your practice. The strategic shift actually benefits you. The firm is better positioned than before. That happens too. I'm not here to tell you that every leadership transition is a reason to explore, because it's not. But the attorneys who get blindsided, the ones who end up in uncomfortable situations without having seen them coming, are almost always the ones who watched a leadership change happen and decided it didn't concern them. It always concerns you. The question is only how much. Know the answer before someone else decides it for you. I'm Andrew Wilcox. This is a lateral brief. If you'd like to have a confidential discussion with me about your practice or your career goals, please email me at andrew@wilcox-legal.com. As always, grateful, Andrew Wilcox.